Hey everyone, we're Noam,
And noahmerzen.
and today we're gonna share with you our first half a year together. To everyone who doesn't know us, we got married within a month with no prior dating. It was our own decision.
Yeah.
We already made a video that talks about our first month together, and today is gonna be a continuation of that.
Yeah.
And we're gonna share what have changed. Yeah.
How do we balance personal space and quality time together? For me personally, I never needed a me time. So I would just want to spend time with him. And it didn't really bother me since the beginning of when I got married. I didn't really need my own space. And I want to spend more quality time with Noam.
As you might know, we didn't have our honeymoon. We really want to have our time. I'm not searching for the me time. I really want to have the our time that we didn't have. So we are planning to do this within the first year of our marriage. So we opened a GoFundMe, and if your heart is to help us in this, you can check in the description.
How do we handle household chores and responsibilities? We always never had a problem with this because we're both good in it. So wherever we see we have to do it, we just do it.
We actually had nice people commenting and saying why we should have divide these things. And I really understand this, but as we see it now, I'm not doing this because I have to, I do this because I want to. And I see our relationship as not, this is what I have to do, this is what you have to do. I'm doing this because I love you. And it's also I expect her to do this, not because she has to, but because she loves, and we both work for the same purpose of building our family and serving the same goal.
We don't physically divide these roles, but we naturally just go into the place where we feel like we can contribute more. So I cook sometimes, and he cleans a lot for us. I think it's really good.
Are we communicating effectively, or we need to work more on this?
So since the beginning of marriage, I had a hard time communicating. If you check our first month, I still had a hard time communicating. Now I feel way more comfortable, and when he shares his opinion, I share my opinion, and we discuss it together. Before, if he said an opinion and I felt like it's against my opinion, I would not say it at all. I would just go okay, that's how he thinks. If I say it, then I think there'll be conflict, so I wouldn't say it. But now I try to say what I feel so that we can figure this out together.
The first month it was pretty hard, but every month it get better. I feel comfortable, and I believe she feels comfortable too. But I feel like there is also still something missing. But it doesn't let me down because I know we are improving very fast. Yeah, day by day. Most of the time it's very good, but sometimes there's a thing that you kind of get a little bit of your ego showing up, and then you don't want to do this the right way. But then I kind of remind myself, hey, this is very self-centered if you're not trying to share your heart and kind of block yourself. Because if you think about your spouse, about the other person, you will not act this way. And then I'm kind of okay, I do this because I love her, and I know if I would not do this, it means that I'm just being self-centered. So I'm trying to make sure that when I do something, it's out of love. And so when we communicate and I say something, I always make sure that my stand in this situation is I want to help her, I want to support her.
There are times when I just talk to Noam about what happened today, how I felt, and I could see that Noam is very happy to hear because he wants to hear me communicating with him. So even the most little things, I try to talk more to him and just just throw it to him, and he gets really happy, and I really like to see that.
Are we comfortable with each other's love languages?
Much more.
Yeah.
He likes communicating, and I realized that he really does. And so, as we said, before we were going to sleep, he would be no, you want to tell us what happened, I want you to talk, I want to hear you. Then I would start talking about stuff. And it's some are stupid and some are very random, but he really enjoys it Because overall, it's communicating and telling him what I'm having in my mind, what I'm having in my heart, and not just keeping it to myself. So yeah, he really feels open when I communicate with him.
About her love language. So, in the previous video, we also shared that her love language is physical touch, and she always like puts her hand and hold hands and everything. I think I'm doing good, and you're happy about this. When you really love the person, you wanna do the things that makes them happy. Because some couples, they wanna share love the way they feel like sharing. Because I love her, I'm showing her the way she feels it more, and because she loves me, she talks more. Yeah.
How do we manage our finances?
In one of our last videos, we talked about our 2025 goals, and one of them, Noah said that she wants to support.
Yeah. So I wanted to support in the income. It's very little, so like I started teaching piano, and I also started teaching Korean. And it's like a little income, but I'm doing something. And it's a mindset that I started having, because before marriage, I had no idea of finances. I wasn't thinking about it at all. But now, like, I started going into it and trying to contribute.
And it's not like I know everything about finances. I know very little, and I try to find people that know better than I. Have a mentor or something. So we set up goals for this year for finance goals, and Noah really like took it strong and almost tried the same month, I think. After we posted the video, she was like, okay, we wanted to start teaching Korean, and we wanted to start giving piano lessons, and she started.
And also for a few things that are like a little backup to the finances, we started trying to build a website for Noam's work, and we started going into more of the social media, how we can spread things.
We have friends that reached out to us to help us. They are so kind to us. They actually met me before we got married. And they were kind to me, and now even more when we are married. They're really helping us with production and find connections, make more connections. We have friends that are helping us with the website now. And it's really a blessing to have a community of friends that really see and help. Neither of us came from a background where we know about money. I'm very happy that we are one-minded and we are growing into this, and we don't try to put our old understanding of how it should work in our new family.
How do we maintain our friendship as a couple?
For me, it took quite some time to understand a few things, and I had like to talk with my parents to understand this. So people are not automatically gonna see you as a couple because they're people. And at first it really got me upset. I'm married. Don't treat me as I'm not married. If you don't respect her, my wife, you don't respect me. Understood that people don't do this necessarily out of bad intentions. They're not gonna get it because they live in their own world, in their own bubble. And it's sometimes hard to see outside of it. So it made me less upset.
When I know that I'm spending time with friends and Noam is just like home alone, I don't feel good at all. So I don't like when that happens. I'd rather have fun with him together out with our friends, not just me.
So yeah, this was our first half a year together.
Yeah.
And I think the next update we're gonna do is on our anniversary. Thank you for your support, guys, and hope to see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Bye bye.